I'll talk to Sally about that shooting in a minute. Again.
What's that? Don't do hummus. I don't know where the place is though.
Sorry?
Don't do this one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not the point. It's that we are so close to the end, and the last thing that we need is to put in all at risk.
Bon appetit.
Good morning, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
After that trade, Roger looks so chill. After that trade, you look so chill today.
No, now he looks like a DJ.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Oh. Good morning. Hope you're all doing well. Man, I woke up, I saw this sell, and I just started banging my head on my bed. I was like, no fucking way. Because yesterday, this area, I mapped out this area. I actually took a sell. I took a sell at 136, 140 yesterday, right over here. I took a sell and it went in 2 pip profits and then I closed it. For some reason, I closed that sell and my stop loss was like, 14, 15 pips. My whole idea was that, okay, we're going to come down towards 135,800 and move straight down towards 135,500. And then I closed that sell. And yeah, that was it.
But what was it that you didn't feel?
Oh, I don't know. I opened the sell and then I closed it because I was thinking that, okay, if I do open the sell, then maybe in pre-London we'll have a retracement and then I can kind of like gauge it to open another one. But so since
Mia, are you ready?
No, not yet. So so closed it first and then didn't wake up for pre-London to see if there was any retracement or not, and that was it.
Damn, boy.
Yeah, these were the same kind of buys I got last week, and this week I missed it. So it is what it is. Yeah. Then early in the morning, caught this little move.
Yeah, I saw
Here.
that. But the breakdown was on point, man.
Yeah, it was happening. Plus, it's like it wasn't a buy at the same time either. Plus, we were in the vicinity of this daily rejection area, so I thought, okay, it could kind of like push down here. And
yeah, since yesterday, I actually mapped out that daily wick, that H4 and daily wick fill, and yeah.
Yeah, so I saw this. I see that move. I'm like, hey, you know what? It's done. mean, there's all is lost now.
Yeah. I'll need a retracement.
Yeah, I mean, either we can get a retracement for like a, you know, continuation down to retest the low or whatever. But looking at the weekly, it played out perfect. Like this is something I was talking about a lot. Like once we break this low, it's gone. Came to fill this wick, and I guess once this month starts to come to a close, if you look at the monthly here. See, I don't want to say it's going to fill the whole wick on the monthly candle because it's like 200 pips away, you know, and we've seen daily candles move a lot as well. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, let's measure it from here. So this is a very, very strong support over here because it got rejected on 2nd October. And below that area, we have the gap. And then we got the support down here at 133,400. So yeah, see what happens. When a pair has melted this badly, how do you plan a trade when it is likely some retracement is likely, or it is also possible to carry on falling? So when it has fallen this way, I tell myself, okay, you know what? You missed the trade because it fell this way. Like, look at these strong candles coming down, right? So I've missed the trade. So I go to 30-minute time frame. I see that, okay, price is coming up, it's breaking the high over here. So like, you know, what I would want to see is a minor resistance formed, and then for price to continue down to retest this low, because like we're in a downtrend, right? We're in a downtrend, and the best trade to take is to take a sell in downtrend. So that's what I'm going to wait for. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, I have to understand that there are like 2 days left for this month to close. So, you know, you'll have to be very careful at the end of this month over here. Try not to lose a lot. Was it because this month was pretty hard? Maybe it affected your mindset? No, not really. Like I knew this move is happening. I knew price is going to fall. I mean, if you look at it from a technical perspective, we created resistance. You know, after New York closed, we were basically consolidating right over here, and then pre-London it actually did a retest right here. It did a retest, continued down, retested the low it made, and then just continued on. Gold also came down to this level here, 1896, 1897. Looking at the 1 hour, looking at the 4 hour support. Let's take a look at news. So since there was no important pound news that dropped us down. I mean, there's something over here where Merkel proposing closing German bars and that this wouldn't make the pound fall. From what I could understand was that if you look at the news from yesterday, there was a news came out. Actually, there was an article, right? And I was reading the article, if I can find it over here. It was, yeah, right here. This is the article I was reading yesterday, right? Dumping US dollars before the election. What this basically means is that maybe, so this article was talking about how the investors who are invested in the US dollar, they're dropping US dollars, like they're letting those investments go because of the elections here, right? So when you have elections here with two clowns running for president, which can really alter the economic situation of the US, so you don't know where price is going to go, right? There's so much uncertainty. You don't know where price is going to go. So if you're an investor who's holding US dollars, you're probably going to say, okay, like, you know what, we're going to drop US dollars and we're going to move to the safe havens. And what are your safe havens? Gold and the yen, right? Gold didn't really go up. I was expecting gold to move up. It didn't move up, but the yen gained strength. So that's why if you look at across all yen pairs, you'll see all yen pairs dropped. You know, we had a drop down in the yen pairs. So from that article, I saw that, okay, like, you know what, if that's happening, and I think yen should get strong and we should continue dropping down, because, you know, as the money is moved towards the yen from the dollar, then every yen pair should continue to go down. So fundamentally, that was the whole reason why it was falling, and that's why I took a sell and then I closed it. I don't know why I closed it. If I haven't have closed it. Wow, I would have woken up in a $12,000, $13,000 profit. Damn. That's goals. One day. Market structure was also key. We called yesterday sells, didn't happen right away, but the end of the day came out really nice. Yes. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. But man, if you've ever seen a more annoyed guy, you would have seen me in the morning. When I woke up and when you look at the MetaTrader and the price is loading, price was loading from like 135.950. It was loading, and then when it finished loading, it was at 135.300. I was like, no way, man. 135. I didn't even look at the charts. I looked at the price.
Yeah.
Like 135.
Yeah.
Oh, we finally gonna go play in a different playground, man. 137. I can't even see it anymore. It's just like,
Yeah, it's crazy. Now the only thing that can happen is, of course, is GJ, right? And I mean, if we break this low, I think we could continue down for another 15 to 20 pips over here if we break below this low over here.
Oh yeah, easily.
Because it's one of those days on GJ where it forms a support and people take buys and then they get murked because the thing just falls. Do you only trade on the streams? No, I don't really trade on the stream. These streams are just to keep me entertained, keep my friends entertained, to keep us talking and communicating, because trading alone is very lonely, so that's why we do the streams, so that we all can come along. And for some reason, if we all take the same trade, then it's I don't know, when everyone wins at the same time, it's an awesome feeling. But when everyone loses at the same time. Yeah.
Very nice.
When everyone loses at the same time. For some people, it's a good feeling. For some, it's a sign to start going full retard on the charts. Oh, I took a loss? All right, let's take another buy.
Yeah.
revenge trading, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this chart over here. Sell can be taken in two ways. I see Forex trading next is beautiful. Whoever took these sells and whoever held it down till over here, man, amazing job. Congratulations. You did what I wanted to do and you won today.
Raja, one thing that gets me really happy is that this thing moved down so quick. So that means, maybe, in a time in the future, it's going to move up that fast as well. So
Yes.
you catch that move going up, it gives us a second chance. And all that clean traffic looks lovely,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've seen these things happen a lot of times, a lot of times. And I know 100% it's going to happen again. It's going to happen over and over again. Not sure next week, next month, 2 months from now, but it's going to happen again. Okay, what's this? Euro JPY. All right, let's take a look at Euro JPY over here. Let's see this. Ooh, Euro JPY also came down. We broke below this. Oh wow, we broke below this daily low here. Back last week of September, daily candles were consolidating. They were creating a resistance, support. Man, this daily candle went down, came in this range, and came throughout the bottom of the range. Where's the next stop? Next stop should be 121, 122. Yeah, seems like 122. based on daily time frame. Let's take a look on the 4 hour over here. 4 hour also approaching some sort of a support area over here. Yeah, see, when things are falling like this, it's very, very hard because you have to wait. You have to wait for it to form some sort of a confirmation that will continue down. Seems like it will continue moving down. You got this rejection over here as well. Let's take a look at GJ here. Yeah, I'm going to be looking to take GJ sells here again. I took, I don't know. I'll see how well that happens. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, looks like someone's trying to.
There's traffic in your. There's traffic in your office.
Do you think someone who is beginner should be really careful in the next 2 months? These times are really yes. If you are a new trader and you have just started Forex or you've just joined a group to learn to trade, you've walked into basically this whole time, like this month, next month, and December. These are going to be the most difficult times you could trade. The most difficult times you can trade. You know, like I know some people are having really bad month over here because it's the most difficult time. Because number one, you have the virus situation, you have, like, you know, optimism on the vaccines at times. Number two, you have Brexit talks opening up again. Number three, you have the US elections at the same time, you know, so there's a lot of things happening. So at the same time, you have holidays. You have Christmas holidays too. So there's going to be a lot of volume in that time too. So October, I think, is the prep for all the shit show that's going to happen in November. You know, and I have no idea what's going to happen in November. It's going to be a very volatile month in November. Depends on who wins. I mean, whoever wins the elections, that's going to really, I mean, that's going to change everything. Like here in the charts.
You know what? That get me excited actually, because I mean, if we are able to maintain ourselves in those months, after that, man, let's rock and roll.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I feel bad for people who just started to learn, who are just joining, because for the next 2-3 months, it's going to be extremely, extremely difficult. You know, so that's a waiting period. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is your JPY. Impulse entry once it broke the last low. Beautiful. 7 pip stops, price came down to your target. If you had a runner, it would have ran pretty well. So beautiful, very nice. Have you ever taken the FTMO challenge? It would be good YouTube content. No, I wouldn't want to take. Listen, the account I trade on is much bigger than the account FTMO is going to give me to trade on. And they will take profits from me. And there's a chance they can say, hey, we don't like the way you trade, so you're not going to get anything. You know, so why would I want to do that? I have enough of my own.
That's crazy.
I know, right? It's nuts.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if you read the terms and conditions, it says that they can deny you your profits at any given time for whatever reason.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, look at this. This thing is about to turn bearish over here.
Yeah.
15 minutes about to break. Once we break here, this is going to go for another leg down. Once it breaks the low here. Once it breaks below 135, 140, I think it's going to go for another leg down. Easy 15 pips. Easy.
Scary markets are the easiest way to make money. EJ may continue going down even more.
Yep. Yeah. If you get a clean break below 135, 200, we're basically. Oh, looks like someone's trying to steal his car. He's like, yo, wrong car. Below 135, 200 support, which was respected previously. There's a clean range to 135, 450. Yes. So once we break out of this consolidation down, then it could continue moving further bearish. So yeah, it's true. We could continue moving down. So looking at GJ here on the 1 hour time frame, scroll to the left hand side, we could continue till 135, this area right over here. This is the daily wick. If you look on the daily time frame, you'll see that this is the daily wick right over here at 135.040. So that's only going to be achieved if we break below this area. And if we do break below this area, let me measure this over here. Oh, this is 10 pips away. It's not that big at all. Yeah. But you'd expect it to move more because it has a lot of volume here at GJ. Could the monthly close of S&P 500 be an indication of who is most likely to win the election? No. No one knows who's most likely to win the election. But the anticipation is that Trump may win. But anything can happen. Anything can happen. Because I remember in 4 years ago in November 2016, no, before the elections, they were saying that Hillary is dominating all the polls. You know, this news was everywhere. That Hillary is dominating the polls. Then out of nowhere, Trump won. Literally out of nowhere, the news came out that Trump has become the new president of the US. And I remember gold started to skyrocket. Gold skyrocketed for 2 days and then it started dumping. What is easier to manage in your opinion? Opening one trade with a 30-cent lot or 3 positions with 1 lot each? That depends on you. You know, it depends on you. You can have 1 position open, managing. I mean, if you have 1 position open, let's say a 30-cent lot, and if you don't have magic keys or some other script running, then it's going to be pretty hard to kind of like, you know, close half or close a percentage of that position. But if you have 3 positions running, then it's going to be easier because you can just click 1 position and close that off.
Hello. Hello, Roger. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I know you. I'm one of your new students, but I just want to give you early Christmas gift if you're interested.
Okay.
Can you take a look the USD dollar against Turkish Lira?
Oh,
in the chart.
Bullish.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just looking at price action right here as it's about to break.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, that thing is just bullish. US dollar and
straight
Turkish Lira.
Bullish.
I don't really know what's the symbol.
TR something. Why?
TRL.
TRY. Yes, that's
TRY.
the correct one.
Oh, yes.
Oh boy.
Just buy and hold, man. That's it.
Just buying.
Straight up. Like a lot of countries are like this too. Oh, look at this. This thing is dropping over here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. This is, I'm pretty sure there's going to be another drop coming straight down towards 135 even. That's like 14, 15 pips away. This candle is also about to close in 4 minutes. Just needs to close below these candles, and then we're going to continue down towards 135 even. Have you worked in trading? Is that how you become good? No. Have you worked in trading? Trading is not something you learn overnight. You know, it takes months, it takes years. Like yesterday I sent a post, and that post was about, you know, me not waiting for candles to close, and while I don't wait for candles to close, I'm missing moves. You know, I'm missing moves or taking bad trades. So that was like 2 years ago, and 2 years ago was the time when I started to look at impulse entries because I was missing trades because I was waiting for candles to close. You know, and when you at times when you take impulse entries, like let's say if you take a sell right over here, right? If you take a sell right over here in impulse entry in a downtrend, there's a probability that without waiting for candle to close, it can continue it can retrace back in the small range. You know, but when you wait for the candle to close, and if the candle closes below this area, then there's a higher probability we're going to continue moving down. Right? But sometimes when you're waiting for candles to close, price just continues down without, you know, giving you that candle closing confirmation. And that's where the idea of impulse entries came to my mind, that, okay, how could I have entered this trade without waiting for the candle to close? Do you use zones only? What about trend line? Trend line and zones are two technical tools that you can use, but you can only use one at the same time, not both of them. Yeah, 135 is coming over here. Coming up. 135. How do I determine an entry if price breaks consolidation to continue down, or do I wait for a retest, or what? See, that's what comes with experience, right? If you've studied impulse entries, you would know that a good entry would be right over here when we were talking about it, and you would know a stop is going to be above the current candle, and you would know that the next TP is going to be wherever you want to secure profits. Right, in this case, should be targeting around 135, you know, which is like, you know, 14, 15 pips away. Because at the same time, price is in a downtrend, and impulse entries, they work very well in trending markets. Are you in a trade? Nope. I'm in no trade. I took one trade earlier on before the stream, and that's about it. I'm just spectating this trade because I really don't want to overtrade because it's coming down to the end of the month here, and I don't want to, like, you know, jeopardize some profits. But I do see this coming down straight to 135 even. Let's take a look here. This is gold, 30-minute chart. Price broke below trend line, indicating beginning of bearish momentum, break of support. Oh, beautiful. Entry on the break of the previous low. Stops to BE 50% closed. Very nice. It's nice. Very nice. We're closing below support. It should continue down. Wah, wah, wee, wah. That Borat is jokes, man.
Have you watched the new film?
Yes.
I didn't like it.
Oh.
The first one was amazing, but the second one...
Look at this thing. Straight down to 135. Great success. 4 more pips. Man, again, easy. Super easy. Super duper easy.
Free money.
Free money over here. Coming down, straight down to 135. You know. Hey, if the Gulag took this trade, give a like on the stream, man. Give a like on the stream because it was simple, easy trade over here. Should be above 10 pips, 12 pips, put stops at break even, let the rest run, because if GJ continues running today, it's just going to continue running today. Oh, someone secured 5 pips. Should have been 10 to 12. Let's measure it over here. Yeah, it should be like 10 to 12, 13 even. Yeah, in the morning I got like 14 pips as well. I got 14 in the morning, and that was about it. Why wouldn't someone get into the sell on the previous 15-minute candle which didn't fall? Because it was a bullish candle. That's why you wouldn't want to. Oh, this one right over here. This one I am not sure. I'm not sure because when price came down, this is where I took profits and then I was waiting. And then this is the pre-New York volume candle because you have to look at it this way, right? We had a lot of volume coming from pre-London, London Open, a lot of volume. And then after price moves this much, it has to consolidate a little bit, you know, and it kind of consolidated and then pre-New York volume came in and this is why price, you know, it fell down 13, 14 more pips over here. Can you show us the trade you took before the stream? Yes, it was on the 5-minute. It was right over here. I took an entry around here, 135, 240. Right over here. As price was making lower highs and lower lows, there was a support down at 135, 140. I took the sell based on we could continue down towards 135. You know, so I got up to like, you know, 13, 14 pips. I closed the trade and that was about it. And then looks like it did a little bit of retracement and 15-minute continued down later on over here. Ooh, your JPY also fell more. Man, I really hope no one's in buys at this point. Can you review my GJ buys? Oh, wow. Just as soon as I said, hope no one's in buys, someone sends a buying analysis on GJ. All right, let's see this. Oh, okay. What's this price? 136. Yeah, this is a long time ago. Oh, so you got this retracement before the fall. That's pretty good. Entry at the break of the half the doji candle. Close when price broke below 15. Yeah, it's beautiful. So you caught that retracement. It's good. It's good. Can you take a look at GPAUD? I think you need to send a chart. When you send a chart, we'll be able to look at your analysis and then we'll be able to give you some better trade ideas. But honestly, man, if anyone took this sell over here, your day is done for today. You're done for today. Give a like on the stream. If you took the sell, you profited, just that's it. Close the trade. You know, no, not close the trade, put it at break even, just done for the day. You know, accept the fact you made profits. You have 2 days till the month ends and that's it. You won the trade. You know, can you check my analysis, please? Let's take a look here. GJ, enter sell once price broke below the low. Right over here. Daily 4 hour, 1 hour are bearish. Price to go to 8 pip profit, close half, let the rest run. Oh, beautiful. Target 10 pips for stop loss. Nice. So looks like you're running in profits over here. Beautiful. All right, looks like we still have some people in the trades over here. Price is hovering at 135.027, 135.030. Can we get to 135 even? Can we get to 135 even, or this is going to be a rejection of this price level here at 135? That's something I really want to see what happens here. You mentioned that you used to be impatient with profits, but patient with your losses. How did you work on that? I worked on that to see, actually I challenged myself to see if I can keep my losses low. That's what I challenged myself, right? Because I looked around the community, I looked everywhere, and everyone was just having these massive profits, right? If you even look at social media, anything, anywhere, YouTube, whatever, you'll always see that people are always posting about big profits, massive profits, winning every day, never losing, this and that. And I'm like, okay, like, you know what, there's something wrong with this. And what's something wrong with this is, like, when someone new comes to the industry, they see all this facade of large profits and cars and money and this and that. And I'm like, well, why isn't anyone talking about risk? Because when a new trader comes in, it's not like they're winning all the time, they're losing all the time. And when they look around to everybody, they're like, man, why is this guy winning all the time? Why is this guy winning all day? All day, all the time he's winning, he's giving strategies and he's winning all the time. Why am I losing all the time? You know, and I saw that, I'm like, okay, if people are losing all the time, how come no one's talking about that? How can someone come from an angle that, okay, hey, listen, this is how you can lose less, you know, because obviously, like, you know, I have people in my group, I talk to people every day who've been trading for, you know, 3 years, 4 years, 2 years, they've been trading for. I know people who have left their jobs to trade for about a year and a half, for a year, and they're still not profitable, you know, not profitable. And I'm like, okay, well, you're seeing people who are making money all the time and you're not profitable, then there's something wrong. And the thing that's wrong is that no one knows how to take losses. No one knows how to keep losses small. So 2020, when 2020 started, this was this challenge I made to myself, right? And the challenge was that, okay, how can I show people how to keep losses small? That was my entire challenge. That, okay, I'm gonna be a change in this industry to show people how can I keep losses small. Because if I can impress people how to keep losses small, man, I think that can help the community in actually having the losses small, because that's the biggest issue, that people may take large losses and they burn their accounts, you know. So if there's a way for them to know how to keep losses small, I think they can really sustain their accounts for longer periods of time. Because if you're going to lose at the end of the day, you're going to lose, right? So why not lose less? Why not start losing less from today? You know, because profits are going to come later on. Profits don't happen overnight. Keeping your losses small, they happen overnight. What will be your 2021 challenge? My 2021 challenge, the entire 2021 is going to be focused on managing risk. The full year is going to be focused on managing risk, because I got really, really good at managing risk, and I think, like a lot of people, they can get good as well. How do you grow a small account? The same way you grow a baby, man. It takes time. Like a baby takes years to grow. A small account also takes years to grow. It took me years to grow. You know? Like a baby. All right, let's take a look at this over here. This is GJ weekly candle lines and trend lines, and let's take a look at this analysis over here. See how nice this analysis is, even though this is on the 1 hour chart, but then you have these labeling over here, and then look at this analysis over here. There's nothing. There's just 1, 2, 4 lines over here, and a bunch of these lines are even numbers, and that's it. So yeah. I think the biggest problem is that people want to get rich fast, and that's when they lose. That's exactly true. People really want to get rich fast, and there's no such thing as getting rich fast. I mean, I know there are a lot of mature people here in the stream as well, and we all know that if money comes in fast, it goes out fast as well. Well, it goes faster. You know, if it comes fast, it goes out faster. That's what I've learned over time. Like, quick money is never sustainable. Quick money goes out pretty quick. Which is why, you know, you see people, they run up accounts and then they blow those accounts, because money came in super fast, and, you know, mentally they couldn't cope with it, and it went away super fast too. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is coming from the Gulag by our old member. Ooh, your JPY candle closed bullish, creating support. Entered another 2% trade right over here. Price came down, secured 80%. Beautiful. You see this price action here? This is the same price action I saw yesterday, right? So if you go back to GJ on the 30-minute chart, you will see that this was the same price action which happened yesterday, right over here. You have candle come down, candle closed bullish, next one closed bearish below it, next one just falls down. And same thing happening right over here. Bearish candle, bullish, next one closed bearish, and the other one falls down. You look at this chart over here, same situation here. Downtrend, bullish candle creating support, next one closed below support, boom, down. You know, so once you spend a lot of time on one pair and on one session, you start to recognize these little patterns, you know, price prints. So these are different characteristics of this pair, which, like, you know, I've started to recognize, and a lot of other people have started to recognize as well. Hey, if you lose your first trade, what do you wait to happen before taking the first trade? Second trade. If I lose my first trade, I'm gonna wait for price to give me another confirmation of that same bias. You know, so if I'm in a sell, I'm gonna wait for price to give me another confirmation of the sell, you know, as to give my trade a second chance. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. What is considered an established account size for average retail trader? It's not about having an average account size. It's about knowing if you are able to pay your bills from the profits you're making from the trades. I think that's where you want to be as a retail trader, where you're making enough withdrawals that are paying your bills. And I think, like, a lot of people don't move with that mindset. Like, a lot of people move with the mindset of, how can I retire my parents next week? And that generally doesn't go too well. You end up retiring yourself. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. All right, Euro USD resistance, waiting for next candle to break the low of the 30-minute candle and continue down, bearish trend. Yeah, it looks good. Looks good once it starts breaking down over here. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look what happened with Euro USD over here. Do I even have Euro USD? No, I don't. But it looks like it is moving down. Euro JPY is also moving down pretty hard over here. No retracement. I try to manage risk and keep losses small, but price will often hit my stop loss and then go in my direction. What should I do? So before we answer that, let's take a look at this over here. Same price action you were talking about right over here. Price came down, support came down, exactly, and it started to move further down. So if you're taking trades and your trades are correct, but before price moves your way, you hit stop loss. Someone asked, what do you need to do? I think what you need to do at that point is to always look at your trades, right? I've talked about this yesterday. I've talked about this extensively as well. But whenever you're taking a loss, whenever price hits your stop loss, always look to see how could you have given your trade a second chance. You can always give your trade second chances, you know, because if you have the same bias and your first try didn't work, always try to give your trade a second chance. Like, okay, where could you have re-entered the trade? You know, and once you start looking to see where could you have re-entered the trade, then you start doing some other analysis based on risk, right? And what that's going to be like, okay, if you got stopped out on the first trade, how much risk are you going to put on to give your trade a second chance? You know, and then slowly you're going to start getting better and better. Hey, are you still in contact with Sanjeev? No. Last time I met him was in Vancouver. We went for all-you-can-eat sushi. And that was it. Sanjeev has been MIA. I like your honesty here. Traders we have in South Africa, Forex is an overnight millionaire source. People are crying a lot. Yes. Have you thought about increasing the amount of positive reinforcement once you have a good trade? More than just your sirens? Maybe additional effects on a mini USB device? I don't know. No, haven't really thought that far into positive reinforcements. But I think the horns are good, right? The horns are good enough. Would you consider buys above 135.300? Yes. Yes. But I will not take those buys. I will consider them in my brain, but I won't execute on them because trend is bearish. And the last thing I want to do is to take a counter trend trade at the end of the month, you know, because yeah, it's just too risky. But there's clean traffic. Technically, it makes sense, you know, but since it's the end of the month over here and I really don't want to take any unnecessary risks, so I wouldn't execute on it. Hey, I sell when price break 135.900. Oh, you sold when price broke 135.900 down this support and take around 20 pip, but price make huge move. How can I take more pip? Well, you can put stops at break even and then you can take more pips. All right, let's take a look here. Entry on next candle. Oh, very nice, Danish bhai. Chha gaye bhai. Heavy trade. Okay, I see this now. I see this. Very nice, very nice. Can I start with $100 and make good profit? It's going to take a long time. It's going to take a very long time with $100. I was talking to somebody about this a few hours ago, and we were talking about how you need to be able to afford to trade. You know, like a lot of people, they want to trade, they make good money, but at the same time, you need to be able to afford to trade. You need to be able to have the funds to trade. You know, you can't be broke and start trading. No, trading requires money. You know, it's an expensive game. So you need to be able to trade. Can I trade with all Forex brokers with your trading platform? That's not relevant at all. I mean, you can only trade with one broker. All right. Oh, someone is asking, दानिश भाई किस सिटी से हैं? ये देखें भाई, दानिश भाई आपको कोई ढूंढने आ रहा है. If you get stopped out, then you took the wrong trade, the market eventually goes in your direction, no matter which way you choose. The fact that it went in your direction doesn't mean anything. I think it does mean anything. I mean, if you had a selling analysis and you get stopped out, I think that's an opportunity where you can look back and say that, okay, how could you have entered that trade? You know, so you need to start to think cognitively that, okay, how could you have been in that trade if it did really move, right? Because if we take a look at this analysis right here, 135, 270, 135, 280 is like a resistance level where price rejected and continued down towards, you know, oh, actually we did come down towards 135. Beautiful, right? And if we break above this area, I think if this was a normal mid-month, I'd be more willing to take a buy above 135, 280 for price to kind of like, you know, continue up and retrace towards 135, 500. But since it's the end of the month, we got 2 days left, I'm going to be very, very disciplined, and I'm not going to take any dumbass trades, you know, because I have to protect profits. Took a loss on Monday and another one Tuesday. Today was my first win of the week, and I'm already in profits. Wow, that's beautiful. That's something what happened to me last week. Last week I took a loss on Monday, and then on Tuesday managed my risk on both days, and then Wednesday, boom, big trade, overall profits. So that's amazing. Hey Raja, any tips for beginners for next 2 months? Is sitting on your hands an option? Yes. That is an option. Someone is asking when to buy gold. Probably not now. I mean, technically thinking, we are approaching a support, so you can probably take a buy and have maybe an unlimited stop loss, because we don't know when it's going to continue moving up, so you can probably do that. But there's no confirmation right now to buy gold. If you look at gold, gold came down, right? So it was sell. So there's no trade on gold. If you're coming here with no trade in gold, you basically missed the trade because the trade was a sell. So I think we also need to get good at identifying when you have missed the trade. If you're coming to GBP JPY over here, there's no trade on GBP JPY at this point. You know, maybe a buy above this level, but there's no trade at this point. If you look at your JPY here, your JPY also came down, and there's no trade on your JPY now. because the moves have already happened. Wow, this thing is just dropping over here furthermore. Will it come down towards 1888, 1887? Approaching another rejection area here at 1891. Hey Raja, how did you get over impulsiveness? To be honest, by answering questions in the gulag. Like, just answering. Because impulsiveness comes from, like, you know, when you're watching price for a long time and you're watching it move and you're like, okay, if it comes up to this level, I'm going to take a trade. I think impulsiveness also goes away if you really made up your mind of just focusing on 1 or 2 trades, and just be diligent about it. You know, be extremely diligent about it. That if you're only going to take 1 trade, you take 1 trade and that's it. That's it. And then make up your mind to enjoy the rest of the session here. Like, you know, if you stay on the session, or enjoy the rest of your day if you're going to call it a day. So, like, in the start, it's pretty hard to get over impulsiveness. Like, I know for this stream here, for the next hour and a half, I'm not going to take any trade. You know, I took my trades and that's it. Now I'm just going to watch price. Even if price goes above 135.280 and goes above to 135.500, I'm still going to be okay with it because I've already made up my mind to not take any trades. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. Oh, wow, look at this GJ 4-hour chart. Retrace and then continue down. TP1 is 134.400. You know what? I like this idea. And the only reason I like this idea is because if you look on the daily time frame, daily is rejecting at this point right over here. Weekly candle has also broken the low of the previous 1-2 weekly candles, you know. So there is an opportunity for price to come down towards 134.500. I think on the smaller time frames, we would need to see some sort of a retracement first. I think on the 4-hour retracement and then continuation. Yeah, it's going to be fun to see how, you know, this week basically closes. What's this? What's the steps you look at when marking up your charts? And the next question is, what's your bias on UJ? Okay, so let's do this, right? Let's bring out USD JPY over here. And let's walk through the steps to marking up charts from the higher time frames down to the lower time frames. So let's take a look on the weekly over here. So looking at weekly candles coming down, we're coming bearish over here. We're actually approaching this wick at 104. So first of all, I'm going to draw a zone here at 104, just like a visual reference, right? This visual reference is going to serve as a bias that, okay, if price does continue down, 104.021 is going to be this wick fill, and maybe that could be the destination. Second, going to measure this destination. It's like 24 pips. Okay, perfect. Let's go towards the daily time frame. So the bias is bearish, right? Looking at the daily time frame, daily candle is coming bearish. And the first thing I want to ask myself is, okay, if it's coming bearish, is it coming bearish from a resistance, or is it coming bearish after breaking a support? You know, those two questions I want to ask myself. And from what I can see here is that it's coming bearish by breaking a support. And that support was, I think, at 104.570. Now, I'm not taking this information in mind when I'm drawing the support. I'm just taking this recent information over here. Now I go down to the 4-hour time frame. Looking on the 4-hour, just going to adjust this zone right over here. So I see that there was a support formed in the 4-hour back on the 21st October. Price retested this area in Asian session and dropped down all the way, continuing in pre-London and forming bearish. So 4-hour currently is bearish at this point. Let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame. Looking at the 1-hour, looks like 1-hour is basically rejecting 104.150, creating a support. At the same time, we have a resistance forming at 104.300 on the 4-hour here as well. So let's go down to the 30-minute time frame. Looking at the 30-minute, let's adjust this zone. Let's remove that zone up over there, right? So now looking at the 30-minute time frame, looks like we have a range over here, right? And if you want to measure this range, this is a 15 pip range. And if we break above, let's say, this minor resistance at 104.300, I think price can continue up towards 104, 420. And as it's UJ has less volume. When a pair has less volume, it means the ranges are pretty small. So that's why now this range becomes 12 pips, right? So your best idea would be to, if you're looking for buys, I think buys are going to be valid if we break above 104,300 to continue up. But if you get confirmations that price is breaking below 104, 150, then we could continue moving down towards, 104 even, which is going to be that wick right over here on the daily time frame. So that's how you're going to break down from the high time frame to a lower time frame, and then eventually kind of like map out where price can go if it breaks the most recent zones. I'm looking for GJ buys soon. All right. Ooh, buys above this area. Okay, that's good. That's good. You have enough range over here. What do you think about underage trading? Underage trading is like underage when you're going to buy smokes and you're underage. I mean, I don't know. First of all, you need an account to open a... First of all, actually, you'll need to be legal enough to open a trading account. Once you open a trading account, then you need to make money and then you need to withdraw money. So if you're underage and you can trade profitably, I think it's pretty good. I know someone who's young and they use their dad's account to trade and they're doing well on it. How to handle a big loss. How to handle a big loss.
Sit down and cry.
I was just about to say call Kerwin and have a shot of tequila.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, this one time I remember this one time it was Asian session and gold was at a resistance, right? And I took a buy. I'm like, okay, you know what? Gold's gonna go up. I opened a 4 lot. Gold came down. I opened another 4 lot. Gold came down, and I opened another 4 lot. I'm like, all right, perfect. I had to go on a drive, right? So I went on a drive. I'm like, awesome, perfect. Asian session volume will push it up, and we're gonna have a good day. I come back. My account was, I think it was a $40,000 account, and my drawdown was running at 27,000. Gold dropped. It didn't go up. I called my friend, and I was just super sad, man. I was super sad. I'm like, bro, can you do anything? What do you think? Where gold's gonna go? What's gonna happen? And you know what he said? He said, brother, why use stop loss, my friend? And then I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, so he was Indian.
No, he was Javier. You remember Javier?
Oh, Javier, yeah.
And then he said, don't worry, market no move in one direction. I'm like, bro, in the direction it's moving, I'm going to lose my account right now. I know it doesn't move in one direction.
Oh, man.
But when you're over leveraged, man, it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
Looks like we're gonna have our retracement.
All you see is red numbers and men.
Yeah. Red numbers.
Crazy.
Yeah, some people are saying I was the king of the gulag. Yes, that's true. I used to be a gulag king. See, this candle closed with no wick on the top. When a candle closes with no wick on the top, I tend to stay away from those candles because it means there's no range for the next candle to go up. And if the next candle does go up, then that's a 50-50 chance it's going to go up or go down. And if this price does go up and you feel FOMO, that means you need to work on your discipline a little bit more. Because in my mind, whenever I see candles with no wicks, I just ignore that price action. Do you think you can become a profitable trader within a year? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can become a profitable trader within a year. 100%. I think within 4-5 months, you can really get good at managing risk and managing your drawdowns. Once you get really good at managing your drawdowns, man, I know people here who used to have big losses, and now they have less losses. And even now when they have less losses, they get excited about managing that risk. You know, and once you get to the point where you're getting excited about managing risk when in a drawdown, that's when things start to change, because that's when you start actually enjoying the process of trading. Because you're managing risk, you're getting excited that you're having less losses, so you're really enjoying the process. And once you start enjoying the process, man, then profits just start to come in slowly. You know, but that takes time. So that's why I think a 1 full year is extremely good. And that's what's going to change here for Market Fluidity. I know this is going to be the last time you can like sign up for the lifetime membership, but like after that, it's just going to be like, once you do sign up, it's going to be for 1 year, and then you're good to go. You know, it's like a baby bird falling from a nest trying to fly. So then after 1 year, we'll push you off the nest, and then you'll have to fly.
Learn to fly.
Yeah, learn to fly, my friend.
Yeah. 1 year can make a big difference if you're surrounded with the right people, to be honest.
How did you feel when you finally realized you're a profitable trader? I don't know. I remember when I got my first withdrawal, first big withdrawal was like $4,400. When that came in and my bank account went up by 4,000, I was like, oh, okay, this is it. And from that day, yeah, bro. And from that day, I started chasing withdrawals. You know, not profits. I started chasing withdrawals. Like, how can I be disciplined and have a profitable week, even if it's a small week? You know, have a profitable week and withdraw that money. Because when that money comes in your bank account, it hits different. You know, you're waiting for a car payment, money comes in from trading. Fuck yeah, I got money from trading. Goes to car payment. You're trying to look for a car, looking for a deposit to pay. Let's say $5,000. Withdraw from trading. Yeah, you know, Forex paid for this deposit. You know, so it's like a video game. You just gotta chase. It's like Candy Crush, but you can't crush candies all the time. You can just only once a day.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah. So if you see here, candle closed with no wick over here, even if it closed above the zone, bad. I'm always losing less than I expect, but it's harder because of the 2 pip spread. Any thoughts? Yes, maybe look for a broker that charges you less to take a trade. You know, a spread is basically what the broker is charging you a fee for you to take a trade. I mean, if you're paying, let's say, 2.5 pip spread, 2 pip spread, I think that's pretty big. The broker I use, well, I'm going to be moving on to, oh, someone called me here. 2 missed calls.
You still didn't withdraw your money?
No. Probably gonna send it with
brave.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to see if I can bring it up to 300 by the end of October, but nah.
Oh, that's why you were going hard lately.
Yeah, that's why I jumped up to 15 and 20. I was expecting this move to get me to 300.
Okay,
you know,
that's why.
but
So
no, it didn't.
So that quarter mil is coming this month from Vantage?
Hopefully.
He
was
like really thinking about it.
Yeah, hopefully.
The guy be like this every night, going to bed like, please, please make it happen.
Imagine they do the same thing that FTMO is doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, because I remember the same thing happened. The same thing happened with IC markets, and it was close to 80 that I withdrew, and that took a week and a half to come in. You know, because like a lot of people were withdrawing at the same time. You know, so yeah, it took some time. So I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. If it was.
That's okay, man. You can deal with it.
I'll ask them.
I have a feeling you're gonna lose more hair, man.
Now, I'll ask them if they can send it to me via crypto. Yeah, it's going to be faster.
Oh yeah.
True.
Big time.
This is why I'm starting to like crypto, because they're fast.
Yeah. And there's no trace for the government also, which is good.
Yeah.
Which is
For
pretty
now.
smart.
For now.
For now, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean 250K? Don't know about that.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see what happens. Vantage FX may says, sorry, we will fund an account with another broker for 1K for you, don't worry.
Imagine. Oh man.
Yeah. I have 5 pips spread on GJ. I don't take it with you guys. I trade other pairs. Oh, nice. It's beautiful. Trading with us is very risky. You know, it's extremely risky. Because when you lose and you have no discipline, you lose big. But when you win, you just secure profits, right?
Shit, it feels so good.
Yeah. Who is the guest on Friday? We're having Funding Talent as a guest on Friday. So far, it's confirmed. So we're gonna have Funding Talent coming as the guest on Friday. These guys over here, there'll be a guest on Friday here. This is their website, and Instagram is, was it? Yeah, it was Forex Tips.
Forex Tips 101.
Forex Tips 101. Oh, look, we got Forex Broker Killer. Don't want him on the stream. He's gonna kill the brokers. How are we gonna trade then?
No.
Ted should better hide now.
Yeah.
Her IG is pretty good.
Oh yeah, like
she has a lot of content on this.
A lot of content. I asked her, like, you have anyone who makes these? She's like, no, I make them myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's nuts. Yeah, so we're gonna have them as guests on Friday. It's gonna be a pretty good discussion we're gonna have again.
Oh wow, yeah.
Funding Talent.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
High five.
High five. Success. Great success.
You need to wear Canadians?
Yeah. They're from Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nova Scotia. Hey, good morning to you. Is it considered over risking if I increase my risk on a setup I've seen over and over? No, that's actually very good, because if you've seen a setup over and over again and you decide to increase your risk on that setup, and let's say at the time you're like, okay, should I increase my risk, should I not, and you don't increase your risk and price still, like, you know, moves in your favor, that just affirms the belief that, okay, this thing is working again. You know, so when that happens the next time, I think that's how you grow, basically. Oh. Yeah, like that's basically how you grow. Increase risk, like when you really see something has happened over and over again. It's like when you have open highways, right? If you have open highways, why not just press the pedal a little harder? You know, press it a little bit more. Like sometimes, you know, I open a trade with a 5 lot. Like yesterday, I opened a trade on a 5 lot here on GJ. I think it was, yeah, it was right over here on the 30-minute. Yeah, it was somewhere over here. I opened a 5 lot and I saw that, okay, like, you know what, we're coming into, no, actually it was, yeah, I don't know, it was right over here. I opened a 5 lot and I was like, okay, you know what, if it's going to continue down, why am I just opening a 5 lot? So I opened another 15 lot. So they went in profits and stopped me out at break even. But like, you know, when you've seen something happen over and over again, I think it's a really good idea to like kind of like add more risk on that high probability setup, because that's how you grow, you know, that's how you grow. But at the same time, I think the only reason you should be doing that if you're really good at managing your risk. You know, if you're good knowing that, okay, if price goes against me, I can basically like, you know, kind of like close partial positions, manage risk at that time, then I think it's a good idea to kind of like go a little bit harder. What I'm wondering as well, I can link the stream where he says that if you, oh, I don't know what that means. All right. Man, for some reason, it feels like it's a Friday today. maybe because the people who are in sells, they're just done for the day. They're done.
If we can have a little pullback, that's gonna look good.
Yes. Entry at candle closing bearish with no top wick. But what about this support over here? Are you ignoring the support right here? Where's that chart? Yeah, you're ignoring the support right over here. So it doesn't make sense for this sell. Let's take a look here. The same price action again if it closes like this. Yes, that's true. If it closes bearish, I think it should continue moving down.
I'm sorry, Raja, but when you talk about that, if it closes bearish, are you talking if it closes bearish?
One moment, there's a lot of background noise there. There's TV running at the same time.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's my daughter in class.
Okay.
On online classes. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, when you talk about that, if it closes bearish, you're talking about if it closes below support, right? Or just like a strong bearish?
Close below support. Like you see, there's support right here, right? So you'll need candle to close below this area. Because this candle came down, it was bearish, next one went bullish, so there's a support established at this point over here. So for price to continue down, you would need the candle to close below this area, and then you could say, okay, you know what, we have a bearish engulfing candle closing below this area, it has no wick on the top, so there's a high probability for the next candle to continue down.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, you're welcome. But if it closes above the support, then it's basically ranging, right? It gets pretty hard at that point. Curious on how many lots I'll be using in a year as compared to this. Man, a time comes, I think when you're new, what we focus on is risking 1%, you know, like 2% per trade, like really staying within that percentage risk parameters. I think as time goes by, as you get more confident, you start challenging yourself to see that, okay, if I'm using 1% risk or if I'm using 2% risk, let's say whatever lot size this is, like let's say you have a $5,000 account and you're using 1% risk, so 1% risk on a $5,000 account is going to be 50-cent lot, right? So let's say you're using 50-cent lots for, let's say 2 months, 3 months, and you're getting consistent with it. And then a time is going to come where you're going to say, okay, hey, listen, why don't I just challenge myself, and instead of using a 50-cent lot or a 75-cent lot or whatever that percentage comes up to the lot size, why not just use a one lot? You know, why not just challenge myself to use a one lot? And then you start slowly upping your lot sizes based on your confidence, based on how well you've performed in the past month or weeks. You know, so that just comes with time. It comes naturally. You know, naturally you start challenging yourself. Like me, for a very long time, 10 lots was a barrier I couldn't break. You know, and then one day I broke it up to the 15 lot. The first trade I took on the 15 lot was obviously a losing trade, because every time you increase your lot size, you have a loss, right? So that happened to me. You know, it was a losing trade, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to stay the course. And then slowly I got comfortable with 15 lots. Now my next barrier is 25. After 25, it's going to be 30. So I think 2021 should be breaking that 50 lot barrier, but we'll see what happens. You know, still got time. But man, trust me, in one year of discipline can put you way ahead of people who are not disciplined for 2 years, 3 years. Right, look at this 15-minute candle. We're about to break this low over here again, just like we broke the low over here. This candle is also about to close in. Oh, it just started 1 minute ago.
Roger, I think if this 30-minute closed below this previous 30 minutes, I think we could drop to 134.790 area. That's like the next support on the 1 hour.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, 134,790.
Yeah,
I see
there's
that
a
now.
beautiful candle to the left.
Let's take a look at that on the 1 hour
Clear
time
traffic
frame.
on 4 hour.
Oh, yes. Makes sense.
Yeah.
134. Let's do 134,800. Something even and nice number. If we break this area, should be looking at 134,800. Where can I get one of those fire hats you're wearing? Right here. Actually, I'm going to put a link on the screen over here. You know what? I'm going to be honest with everyone. It may seem like, you know, I'm just promoting this, but I hate wearing hats. Only certain hats fit my head. I have a big head, right? I have a big head and I'm very picky about hats. I own 3 hats. One is this one. You know, it's a very nice plain hat made of cloth, you know, extremely nice quality hat. And then this hat right over here, it fits me perfect, you know. So if you have big heads, you have problem with hats, this is going to fit you really well. You know, it's one size fit all. But if you have a small head, I don't know how loose that's going to be on your head, but if you have a big head, it works perfect.
It comes smaller, just it fits your head right after. It's elastic, so that's why it's one fit, you know. So even I got a small head. I usually wear a small medium for hats.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we should have all the new gear probably by tomorrow on the website for pre-orders.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, so pre-orders are going to start here too. Shop MF swag.
Yes, someone is asking about the UDs. Yes, they are coming.
Are we waiting for 30-minute to close? iPad, I think you need to send a chart on what you think is going to happen. But if this candle closes below 135, I'm guessing it should continue moving down to 134,800. But it needs to close below this area. But then again, if you've taken a trade and you won a trade or you lost a trade, just call it a day, because we're moving towards the end of the month and you don't want to jeopardize your account at the end of the month. Just don't do that. Or what you can do is you can take a paper trade. Have you ever had pro FX trades on here? We have had no one on here who is a pro. Let's take a look here. Pro FX trades. Oh, 280,000 followers. Damn. All right. I've never seen this account before. Oh, they follow me too. Oh wow, look at that. Damn. That's a crazy setup over there. Got a standing desk. Interesting. Very interesting. Something to keep in mind. What's bad about the end of the month? What's bad about the end of the month is because you got to start preparing to call it a month, start seeing what trades you took this month, start to see what losses you took this month, start to see if you took losses this month, how can you look at that and say that, okay, how could you have taken a winning trade? You know, so the end of the month is kind of like the same thing as the end of the week. Phil Addison just said, I just joined. Recap, please. Sorry, this isn't cable. You can't just rewind us, you know. Well, actually, you can rewind on YouTube. You can just go and rewind on YouTube and just do the recap. But then again, you know, that's like coming late to your class in university and telling the professor, "Hey, professor, can you recap, please?" And if you're in Pakistan, professors are going to say, "Get out of my class." They're savages, man. Like in developing countries, professors and teachers, man, they're straight savages. They don't care what you say, what you think, what you feel. No, man. And even if you complain to your parents are going to say, "Well, of course he's right. You know, the teacher's right. You're wrong."
It is good because there's no place for snowflakes, you know.
Yeah. You know, at the same time, you develop respect for the teacher then as well.
Yeah, big time.
If you know that, because like this one time I went home and told my like, you know, dad, "Hey, my teacher, like, you know, he hit me in the back of the head." And he's like, "Well, what'd you do?" I said, "I did this." He's like, "Well, I would have hit you too." You know? But when I moved over here, man, it was like in development countries, I don't know what it is, like the respect of teachers is not there. And for some time, it really bothered me. I'm like, then how are teachers controlling classes? Right? And I don't know, like in my culture, they say that teachers are your spiritual parents. Because when you're in school, right? When you're in school, you spend most of the time in front of teachers. You know, so whatever they tell you, whatever they teach you, like it's supposed to be good for you, you know, I mean, yeah, I mean, I've always believed that teachers are like your spiritual parents. Because if you're not spending time with your parents learning stuff, you're spending time with your teachers trying to learn stuff. So I'm like a spiritual parent to the gulag here today.
That's good.
The gulag spiritual parent. All right, what's this? GJ. Price is trading below previous support area. Price came up to retest that area. Okay, perfect. If we break this, how we doing? Can it close bullish it in my open? For buys, price needs to start closing above here. Yes, I agree with this. For buys, we need to start closing above. For sells, we need to start closing below this area. Do you still follow the 1 to 2% risk rule if you have a small account, $500 account? If I had a $500 account, probably not. Probably not going to do that. You know, like if I'm a new trader and if I'm willing to trade, I'm going to probably start with a $1,000 account. I'm going to start with risking 1%, 2%, and then I'm going to see how that goes for the next, you know, 2-3 months. Oh wow, UJ is coming up over here above 134.300 to continue on. And I think gold has dropped more. Let's take a look at this price. Oh yeah, gold has dropped more. It's at an important level here as well, which was rejected 3 days ago. Right here, 1891. So we'll see what happens here at this point. See, these zones are pretty thick. Gotta make them neater, gotta make them smaller. Hey Raja, are you planning to take any trades? Nope, no trades. I'm not planning to take any trades at all. I'm anticipating price. You know, if it breaks below 135, 060, 050, I think we can continue moving down. Can you invite Urban Forex one day? Yes, already sent them an email. See what happens. Okay, let's.
What happened with that purple woman FX?
You know, sometimes.
Oh man, when you start like
think twice, because she's my friend.
Yeah, you know, sometimes when you make plans with a friend and those plans just disappear into the air.
Okay.
That's what happens.
And Kerwin, you should You should do something. Right?
No, I can't.
Come on,
My hands are.
I even started learning Spanish a little bit. Like, you know, muchacha, muchachos, ja, 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 ja. You know, in Spanish, you write J A J A J A.
Ha 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 ha.
It's ja, 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 bro. It's English. Come on. You know, it was hilarious because JA means go in my language. So
Yeah,
when
I remember that.
first time when someone wrote to me ja ja ja, I'm like go go go, go where?
Brad just start running.
Yeah. I noticed the spreads on my commission-based FXCM account is larger than that on FXCM TV feed. I don't know what those both are. Really struggling to find any brokers that give spreads less than. Oh, trying to find a broker that gives spreads less than 0.6 on GJ. I think 0.6 is a pretty good spread. Yeah, I think 0.6 is a pretty good spread. Like my spread right now is 1.4, 1.5. You know, it's still pretty good. I think it would be neat if you have a list of all the guests that came on and at what date. Yeah, I think that could be pretty good. We had Funding Talent back on, I think it was the 16th of July. We had them on. My brother does not like me trading. He's jealous. Can you teach him? I think people have to be teachable. You know, they have to be coachable to learn. I'm an extremely coachable person. Like if you tell me not to do certain things because the result is going to be so and so, I will not do that certain thing just to see if the result is going to be so and so. You know, only to see if I can prove you wrong, you know? All right, got some charts coming here in the gulag over here. So far, you see how we had this big storm on price. Price came down, big storm, and now price is ranging, right? So if we're ranging coming into the NY Open over here, yeah, we'll need to see a break here for NY Open if you do get that break, because right now we're just ranging at this point. Who was the chap talking about liquidity withdrawal the other day? Very informative. That chap was Uncle Ted. You can watch the live stream from yesterday. Price made a support, retest of the previous support, bearish candle forming rejection, took sells over here. Oh, entry would have been here with the bearish momentum from previous days, also EU. Yeah, beautiful. Exactly, that's amazing. That was where my entry would have been if I was watching this, man. And crazy. I had a sell right over here. I took a sell right over here. And then I closed it in 2 pip profit. And that would have ran, wow, it would have been easy 15,000. Imagine waking up, looking at your phone, and you made 15,000 while you slept. Man.
Now you're playing the song Beautiful Day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what a beautiful feeling, man.
Yeah, followed by a post on Instagram. Hey guys, no live stream today. See you tomorrow.
I'm off.
Yeah.
You know.
Make up an excuse. Oh, there's a hurricane over here. Sorry.
Snowstorm.
Snowstorm.
Now I know why Monty's not coming to the stream anymore, man. He's having all those clean moves, man. This guy's eating like a pig, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, Monty's doing very well. Oh, 30 minutes is breaking the low over here in my open. This is where it gets very difficult because the 1 hour is still solid over here. It's coming down in the first 2 minutes and it's extremely, extremely risky whenever price moves on a higher time frame in the first few minutes. So very difficult. You need a candle closing below this area.
Agree. Plus, now we're in that range that you got right there.
Yes.
Because it closed above it.
Barcodes.
Yeah.
Or a stop order below the 1 hour bullish candle. Yeah, you can do that, but I think it's still going to be very risky because look at how much it has fallen. You know, it fell a lot. It fell like 120 pips. You know, it fell 120 pips. And I mean, to play devil's advocate, this can continue on because it's GJ. Who knows? So I think before it continues, if it ranges at during this hour, I think there's going to be a very, very nice move coming in NYC Open, you know, around 9:30. Oh wow, your gold is continuing down over here. Looks like we're going to come into 1887, 1888. Crazy, just continuing bearish. What size account did you start with and how long did you take to build it up? I think a better question would be, what habits did you adopt to really run up your accounts? And that habit was just 1 to 2 trades a day. That's it. 1 to 2 trades a day. Can you check ID Dust on Instagram? I already know who IG Dust is. He's from my city. He's from my city. Started watching the stream this week. I've had the organ version of Purple Rain stuck in my head since I started watching. Oh, Purple Rain, that's a nice tune. Can you see EDZ on Instagram? EDZ on Instagram. Let's take a look here.
Gold is gonna continue toward 1885 at least this hour. It's crazy. It's crazy drop coming up for gold.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, it's the daily is entering this liquidity area over here.
Yeah.
So now we don't know how far it's gonna come in this area because this whole entire area is like hot lava even on the 4 hour. See these rejections here on the left hand side?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is that weekly now it's looking like a massive sell-off on gold.
Yes, and if this weekly, so this weekly broke below the low of the previous weekly. If it did that, it should rightfully so continue down towards 1882.
Yes. Yes. I agree.
Fill this weekly wick right over here. And if you look on the monthly, oh wow, can we flip bearish on the monthly candle in 2 days? That's the question. Yeah. So.
Yeah, pretty scary. But yeah, may continue. Wow.
Gold sell off before elections. See, I was thinking gold should continue up before elections because of uncertainty. I don't understand.
Very nice.
Can you please explain again the situation you see on GJ? Yes, GJ is ranging. If we break and close below 135, 090, 080, we can continue bearish. If we close above 135, 300, we can continue bullish. So it's ranging at the time. Where can we find the song playlist? It's from the YouTube audio library. So what's your advice on not revenge trading? Sorry if you answered this in the past. Thanks. Focus on 1 to 2 trades. A very simple advice. Are there any applicable fundamentals for gold, or is it just the fundamentals of the opposing currency? Gold is a very complicated commodity to trade. It's very complicated. There are a lot of factors that affect gold. News from the pound, news from the AUD. I know AUD is directly correlated with gold. Like a lot of things go into gold. I was actually expecting gold to move up before elections because of the uncertainty around the US dollar, but it's also continuing down. So gold is extremely difficult. When it trends hard. As you can see here, there's no retracement, just making lower lows and lower highs, coming down towards 1888, just like we expected. And yeah, I think it should continue. I think overall it should come down to 1882. That's an 80 pip break. So I'm not sure if this is going to happen today or could continue on happening tomorrow. All right, I'll be right back. Very nice.
Holy, Gold is doing his thing. Very nice.
Gold
Very
is
nice.
crazy.
Very nice.
Man, gold before the election. Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be an amazing day for gold sales.
Oh yeah. I mean, you should wick feel like you're probably gonna be able to wick feel that H1. Like, I don't know, it's far, but
Yeah.
1882. That's crazy.
Exactly. There's a lot of room going to 1882. To be honest.
Yeah.
It's a good target.
Gold is predicting, but Biden is the president already.
Yeah.
Always doing a liquidity grab to go higher.
I know. Yeah.
And as for GJ, I would love to see GJ create a resistance around like 135, 300. That'll be great.
So if this candle right here on the 30 minutes comes back up and starts going to break the previous 30 minutes, I'll take sell, but it'll be a high risk trade because we're in that range, but perfect trade is for it to close below it.
Yeah, because the thing, if this one push, like it's gonna close at 8:30, right? The next one's gonna be the NY's almost like the 9:30. It's gonna come down, and 9:30 should break that support that we have. You know.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
But if anyone's thinking about taking impulse entry, if this is candle goes comes back bearish, just this considers a high risk trade, so just lower your lot size because we're stuck in that range.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Gold is continuing dropping here, Kervin.
Yeah, man. I was looking at 1885 as a target, but since my first take profit got hit, now I'm break even, and now we're looking with Sasha that we may tap 1882.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The targets keep increasing.
Yeah, I mean.
I know, but there's clean. I mean, it's clean, and there's a H1 wick fill.
And the structure is there, and you know, I know you guys don't trade based on 5 minutes or 15 minutes or even 1 minute, but the structure on 1 minute is telling me there's more room to the downside.
So you're saying that there's a okay, yeah, it makes sense.
Because so right now we're sitting there at 1886, right? So once this 1 minute candle break that, we're going to probably 1884 and so on. So the structure is there. The 15 minute close really nice, but the 5 minute looks good. $15 looking good.
Oh, Uncle Ted says 1879.
Very nice. High five.
Here we go.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's coming for more.
Oh yeah, I think so too, Kervin.
Yeah.
$18.82.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very likely.
There you have it. US 30 going to 26,700. I agree also with you, Ted. That's really good.
Let's take a look here. Ooh. Man, this is where price was yesterday. And this is where Ted was talking about yesterday, how US 30 is going to continue dropping into NYC Open and tomorrow, which is today. And crazy.
Yeah.
This is an entire fundamental play over here.
Mm-hmm. We got beautiful entries yesterday on US 30, 27,700. That kiss on the 15-minute candle around 10:45, something like that. Was beautiful. 10:30.
Did you take any trade? No, there was no trade taken. I didn't take any trade here today. Well, since we've been here on the stream here, I haven't taken any trades. Gold is too oversold. I wouldn't be in a short here. See on the 5-minute, you see retracement, you see opportunities, but on the 30-minute, you see bearish. And looking on the high time frames, it seems like we can continue down towards 1882. Does anyone else have high spread on GJ? GJ spread should be pretty okay. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's like 1.3, 1.4. You know what I'm really moving on towards? I'm really moving on to see if I can get another sell by NYC Open on GJ. Below 135.060 and then continue on towards 134.800. That's something I want to see. I think that would be a very, very good trade idea. We can come below that area and then continue on down. Hey Raja, if you see that you are in a small drawdown for a long amount of time and price seems to be struggling to go in your direction during a high volume session, is it a good idea to close the trade and wait for more confirmation to give it a second try? I think if you're in a trade, and I think it's better to maybe close a percentage of that trade, because maybe you're stuck in a consolidation time, you know, and then you got to wait for the next time there's going to be volume. So that's something what I'm waiting for here, is for probably for this 4-hour to close, and then to see how the next 4-hour candle, which is also going to be NYC volume and London close volume coming in, but who knows, it could drop, you know, in the next 30 minutes as well. It's GJ. But I would say if you're in that situation, either you could close and wait for a second opportunity, or you could just, you know, take some risk off. And then if price does go in your way, then you could say, okay, like, you know what, now I can add more risk. Mr. Mujahid is in a sell. Okay. I hope your stop loss is at 135.300 and not above this 30-minute candle. Because if it closes within this support in 7 minutes, then there's a possibility next candle can break the high and continue up a little bit. Can you ask Uncle Ted, US30 has an inverse correlation with the US dollar. US dollar is moving bullish. It makes sense for US30 to be going bearish. Yeah, so that's what's happening, right? One is going up and the other one is going down. So what's the question? What do you think about Oanda Broker? I think it's good. What do you consider to re-enter in a trade when you get a second confirmation? Ooh, look at this gold over here. Once gold breaks this low, it's off to the races, straight towards 1882.
Yes, I agree. GJ is teasing that support.
Yeah, GJ is teasing that support.
Once you break 135, you see 20 pips.
Yeah, it just has to close. 5 minutes. Gold looks like it's ready to dump down to 1882. 1882. Once we cross into 1885s, how far is that? That's not that far away. Oh, there we go. It's going to continue down over here. 1882 is going to come in. Holy Kerbin! Holy! Oh, we got it! Yo! This thing over here!
Bring me the horns.
It's right here.
Hey,
Man, did I say 1882, Kerwin?
Oh,
did I say it?
Yes!
Oh, man.
Got it! God damn it!
Oh,
Good
wow.
job, bro.
Very nice, high five.
Wow. Distance high five at Kerwin. Oh, yeah.
That was the fastest 4,000 I've ever made in my life.
No way.
That was so quick.
For real?
That was so quick. Yeah, man, because I was looking at it, I was like, will it drop to 1882? Will it drop? I entered the sell, and I was looking at GJ here as well. I'm like, no, let's just go with gold. Let's just go with gold. Crazy.
Well, watching the H1 candle made sense that H1 fill.
Money,
yeah.
baby.
You know?
Look at this weekly as well. It came right down to that wick too that we were talking
man,
about
I'm
earlier.
telling you. That weekly, man, was screaming south.
All
Good
right.
job.
Trust, brother. Trust.
All right. It moved so fast. God damn.
That's a supersonic speed. God damn it.
No, it was a 15 lot. It wasn't a 50 lot. Imagine it was a 50 lot. I would have jumped out my window over here.
Well, probably
Oh,
did
no!
swim in profit.
That's funny.
You
man.
see, tail was in cells also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very
Good
nice. High five.
Need the horn, man.
Very, very nice. Great success. High
Guy
five. Oh.
We need those horns.
Yeah, we need those horns.
There we go.
There you go.
Man, I had no, I saw it fall. I hit close full, and it just threw my headphones. I'm like, no.
So you were like chewing your fingers, right?
No, it's why? Cause like,
Oh, it keep falling.
yeah, like, cause like, I went in like a 1600 drawdown, 1800 drawdown. I was like, okay, you know what? At 2000, I'm gonna close. I'm just gonna let it go at 2000, and that's it. Because I mean, we all could see it going down. You know, so I was gonna risk that amount, and it came down, man. It was just, I don't know, man. It's just amazing. It's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
GBP.
Oh man, it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It's still beautiful because I still have break even.
Oh, you're still at break even?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because at this point, man, the weekly, oh man. But yeah.
I took a small entry when GJ broke previous low.
Yeah, GJ is creating that situation to continue bearish. That after.
But right now you don't even care about GG.
Yeah, he's like, I'm done. I'm out.
I don't even care.
Sign me out.
All right, everybody, I'm heading out.
Yeah, I don't care where gold goes after this. I don't care where GJ goes. I think GJ should continue down, you know, eventually.
Yeah, I will.
But I'm not looking to do anything. How long was that roller coaster ride? It was like maybe like 3 minutes.
Holy power of knowledge.
Yeah. In 3 minutes.
Very nice.
Cause Kerwin, when you were talking about the 1 minute and the 5 minute, I was like, okay, like you know, gold is really high. Oh, actually, let's take a look here, GJ. Because gold is a really high volume, right? It's high volume, so small time frame, market structure.
There you go.
Yeah. Yes. I'm pretty glad. I'm glad it worked out. This should also continue down, GJ over here.
Yeah.
Once the 1 hour breaks this low, man, very high probability it's going to continue bearish.
Okay, I'm gonna close gold right now. I'm gonna enjoy the profits, you know. It was fair trade.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Yeah, GG should continue.
We call
bearish
it to the T.
2 more pips for no.
Oh, I don't
no
like
wick at the
those.
bottom.
Yeah, and 135, right at 135.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna secure
No, don't get scared of that 30-minute candle. Should continue down.
Yeah.
I mean, all depends on your entry, you know.
Yeah, I'm at 8 pip profit right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd put like stops at break even and just let it run.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. I mean, still missing like 20 pips to the downside. So basically you may hit 130, 135, 134 by 100.
Yeah, because it's in a very heavy downtrend. So even if there's a 50, so like look, so candle here closed with the wick on the top in a downtrend. There's a 50-50 chance for it to go up or down. It went down, right? Even right over here, if this candle closed with the wick on the top, wick at the bottom, there's no range. But we broke below the support. There's a heavy downtrend.
Yeah.
So if your stops are at break even, maybe the 50-50 chance could be in your favor for this candle to continue down.
Yeah. Broke previous H1 low also.
Yeah, but if someone's taking an entry at this point here and you haven't entered at this break over here, I think it's gonna get a little bit risky.
Yeah. The worst thing you can do is buy GA now. That's the worst thing you can do. Other than that, GA may retrace a little bit to retest that previous 30-minute candle resistance around the where was the body of the candle opening, and from there continue dropping. But that's the worst that you can do, calling this bottom on GG, because it may dip maybe 20 pips more going to 134 by 100, where Raja has this area marked. So don't try to call this a bottom or a double bottom on GG. Very nice.
Gabriel, my 800 is going to be first, but after that, my final one is at 134 400 for runners.
Watch for something like this.
Oh, gee, oh, okay, that's just a drawing.
Yeah, watch for something like this. Oh, you got
yeah, I was like, whoa, GJ.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wow, gold is still going over here.
Wild.
Imagine I held.
Damn, Daniel.
But man, it's crazy. Like, you should get Austin Silver FX on as a guest. I did have him as a guest. I did have him as a guest on the live stream. He came on as a guest, and then oh, I thought I was on mute. And then he started talking shit, and then he blocked me. You know, I don't know why. Some people do this, you know. Some people, they come off as a guest, and then they start bad-mouthing us, and then... Yeah, it is what it is. We're used
Hello,
to it.
Raja.
Hey, hello, buddy.
No, I want to ask you. You said I heard you said a lot that I wish I hold my position, but I never see you do it. You always follow your trading plan. What make you didn't do to hold your position?
When?
Before you said I wish I hold this gold position, right?
Oh, okay,
Your
okay.
Asian entry. Yeah.
Okay.
You always say that, but I never see you do it. You always disciplined to follow your trading plan. Because sometimes if you start to, I'm going to hold it for a little bit. It's turned back to be a drawdown. I want to know, how do you
how did I held this position till 1882?
Yeah, why you never get tempted to hold your position? You always follow your trading plan. Why you never tempted to do it?
Oh, why don't I get tempted to hold the positions longer?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because the reason is, like, if I hold my full position for a long amount of time, then that kind of like, it stresses me out a little bit, you know. Then I have to look at the charts. You know, I can't walk away. I have to keep looking at the charts if my full position is open. So,
yeah, I know.
Which is why whenever price moves quick, like gold did, and it's still moving here, so I just get out of the position. You know, like if it's 10 pips, 15 pips, or 20 pips, so I close it. But if I take an entry overnight, let's say, where I'm gonna have my stops at break even and then I'm gonna go to bed, then it's another thing, right?
Basically, you are very disciplined to follow your own trading plan.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Raja.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, you know what? Because like, I've seen a lot of people make a lot of trading plans, and everyone makes a trading plan that's going to make them profitable. but very few people follow their own trading plan. Wow, it looks like 1879 is going to be, I mean, what's next? Yeah, 1879, 1878 is next. I was honestly not expecting gold to come to 1882 today, but the way these were like breaking down, I was like, yeah, I mean, it's gold.
GJ going also.
Yeah, GJ going also over here.
Yeah, man.
God damn, I forgot to put my PTP.
PTP?
PTP. Partial take profit.
Very nice.
And it's done. Awesome.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
1880.
Come on, GJ.
GJ.
Just drop, man. Come on.
Everything's dropping here.
Yeah, man.
How many trades have you taken today, Kerwin? My God.
Good question. I got
Change topic, huh?
2 sells on GJ earlier. I got which was like 40 pips and profits. Then I had EJ sells 15 pips. Gold was like 87. And
Whoa.
right now GJ 2 position running at not much, basically 10 pips each. So it's 20.
Wow,
It's
1879
gonna be,
coming in.
Yeah, it's gonna
Imagine
be
if
around
you won't get.
150. Around 150 pips in one day. That's good.
Well, it's amazing, man. Congrats.
Yeah. But last week I got hit really hard on Monday.
1879. Crazy moves here on gold.
Yeah, I think Ted called that.
Yeah, Ted called it. 18.
And I know G, you can give
I,
us.
I thought it was
juice
crazy
to
with
900.
1882.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Man, looking at GJ, after looking at gold, GJ looks like it's moving like UJ, you know?
I know, man. I know.
Wow. Insane moves over here.
Here we go. Here we
Holy
go.
moly.
Yes, GJ. Yes.
GJ.
Keep going, GJ.
All right. I'm securing 50 at 900.
This thing dropped
Ooh.
15
Holy,
pips over
don't
here.
Didn't give me a chance. Come on.
50 lots.
Come on, GJ. Come on, GJ.
Didn't
Oh,
give me
oh
a
no,
chance.
M94 froze on me. Come on.
Holy.
This is amazing. I don't think anyone should be having a losing day here today.
No.
No one should be having a losing day at all.
Man, it froze on me.
This trade is super easy, man.
Yeah. I agree with you, Kevon.
Yeah, we broke it down. It's just so simple. Like after yesterday's loss, this would be a very massive winning day for everybody.
Yeah.
Come on, GJ.
Yeah. When you were gone, I broke it down, even taking an impulse entry.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Everybody's eating today. Bread and butter. Very nice. High five.
Wow. Look at gold, 1878. GJ, 134,900. Crazy. Crazy daisy over here.
It's a beautiful day.
It is.
Amazing. Did you take this trade? No, I only took gold. GG, I'm just spectating it. Is the support 135.85? Consider it correct or no? I think you need to send a chart so we can see what you see. Because what I see is that there's a support level here on the 1 hour time frame at around 134.800. But as price is coming down, as you're securing profits and letting a runner go to wherever your support is. So I have my support drawn on the 1 hour.
Here we go.
Let's take a look over here. Take a look to the left, quick. Okay, I see that. I see this potential area over here. Yeah, this makes sense. You know, allegedly, potentially, this could be an area. 134.850, so yes. But see now, for price to cross past 134.850, that's where price has to do some heavy lifting, right? So secure profits and let a runner do the heavy lifting going through 134.850. Can I start trading with the $50 account with a lot size of 30 cents? I think I should just ban this user over here for asking such a question. Just ban them from the live streams. Can't even use a 30-cent lot on a $50 account. Come on. Wow, gold is still going down. Imagine I held my sells till they're here. Oh, would have been that 12,000. Yeah. Oh, UJ also went up. $18.79. Man, people have made some nice money here today. Man, listen, whoever got confidence from these live streams to take sells on GJ or to take sells on gold and to profit, if you can't donate some, just give a like on the stream, you know, because it's going to help a lot of people. Like when you give a like, these streams get suggested to people who search what is Forex or how to trade Forex the right way or how to learn properly. So then they'll come over here.
Man, I can't believe how, man, that course in the live stream helped me. Just like, man, I challenge everyone, like anyone watching this, I challenge anyone to be here in 1 year from now. And man, your life's going to be so different. I mean, if you put the work into it, you know.
Yeah, discipline is a very, very big factor of this thing.
Normal program.
Because, like, you know what? The more you look at the charts, the more prone you are to get sucked into taking that one fuck it trade, you know? Those fuck it trades. The price is moving, I've lost. All right, fuck it. Let's just take a trade. You know, so you really learn to be disciplined. Because, like, you know, the whole point of live stream was to show people how, I don't want to say profitable traders trade, but how disciplined traders look at the market. Don't really like tooting our own horn. You know what I'm saying? Where's Mac, man? Mac's not here today. He's been asleep.
He was at the gym last night around 11:30.
Oh wow.
Probably the guy still sleeping.
Man, the guy stays awake for 3 days and then sleeps for a full 1 day. I've seen his bed not made for at least 2 days in a row, you know. Oh wow. It tapped 1877. Just continues demolishing over here. What's next? 1872? Did someone say 1872? Crazy. It's so frustrating when you close the trade with 60 pips in profit and then it drops another 100. Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened to me last night. I closed the trade in 2 pip profit and it dropped another 100. That was GJ. Hey Raja, mind taking a look? What if I said I do mind? Let's take a look over here. Oh wow, look at this GU. Anyway, missed this move because I was never awake. I'm at a second opportunity here. Waited for price, broke, closed below. Have to manage it closely to know. Closed full at 29 pips. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I think these kind of trades are also very risky, and the reason why these kind of trades are very risky are because now you're essentially selling the low. You know, even though it's breaking the low over here, you're selling the low, and when you're selling the low, there's a chance that price may start retracing to create like a minor resistance. So always keep that in mind, you know, that that can happen, you know, and when that does happen, that's where your skills at managing risk, they come into play. You know, like how well are you at, like, you know, cutting your losses short, closing partial positions, you know, those kind of things. I noticed I've been disciplined and improved with the life. Oh, I haven't taken any trades today. Oh, no trades today. I used to be miserable with missing so many trades. Yeah, I think when you over trade and you over risk, I think your personality becomes miserable. You know, you became like you become like very, I don't know, like I noticed when I wasn't doing good, everything just became like very miserable to me because I was losing with myself. Because the thing is, in trading, you know, it requires immense amount of discipline. It's so hard to control yourself. But when you do really good in other aspects of your life, let's say at sports, let's say at your job, or let's say at like whatever, you're doing really, really good, right? But when you come to trading, man, you get your ass kicked, you know, and the only reason why you're getting your ass kicked is because this whole idea of like, you know, trade after trade after trade, or I'm day trading, or I'm just scalping, you know. Hey coach, I want to ask you, if you take a trade in GGM previous candle, break a low, and that candle close no wick, do you hold it? No, I don't take a trade over here. If I did take a trade, that trade would have been when this candle broke the low right over here for price to continue down, and then this candle closed with no wick at the bottom, and then the trade will be held at break even, just like we were talking about it, because there would be an opportunity for price to continue further down, which it did over here, and now it's kind of like dancing around.
Hey
Bro,
guys, well, thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you,
Yasir, thank you.
Stay safe, stay strong, gang.
Make sure to water all those plants in the background.
Yeah,
man. Okay, guys, take care.
Take care.
All right, man. Be good.
Wow, US30 is also falling over here.
Yeah.
Damn.
Beautiful.
Damn.
Yeah.
Daniel. Damn, Daniel. Wow. Would you have gotten the GJ move with an impulse entry? Yes. We discussed it as it was happening.
Yeah, man, what a good day. What a good day. Good move on GJ, good move on gold.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I'm pretty pleased with this day. Tomorrow, I'm not even worried about tomorrow. Next week, we have elections, so it's going to be fun times.
Yeah.
For a new trader, would you tell them to wait for candles to close? I'm trying out impulse entries and they're hard to get correct. Does that come with experience? Yes. If you're a new trader, you need to wait for candles to close. It took me a full year to experiment with impulse entries to kind of like get them right. It took me a full year, you know. If you're a new trader, impulse entries are never going to work for you. You will always lose. Your end result will be overall loss if you go with impulse entries. And like, you know, some dumbasses would do is they'll come on and they'll say, oh, like, you know what, we're going to try these impulse entries Raja does, and then they'll fail, and then they'll say, oh yeah, his strategy sucks. You know, that's what happens, man. Oh yeah, his strategy sucks.
I mean, for every trade, it doesn't matter if it's a planned trade, if it's a impulsive trade. The first thing you have to do is manage risk, know where your stop loss is gonna be. Other than that, you're messed up.
Yeah, and to be honest, there's no such thing as a strategy. There's no such thing. It's all about reading. Reading price action is not a strategy. It's like reading a language, you know. It's like reading English, reading some other Spanish, you know, whatever. It's like reading candles. What are the candles saying? And based on these candles, where will it move? You know, and has this happened before or not? But that's exactly it. You know, like when you open up a chart, you see candles. And if you can't read candles, I don't think you can trade profitably for a long time. You know, for a long time. You know, and like if you go to my Instagram, I've posted everything from April, you know, for the past 6-7 months, because you need to know how to read candles. It's very simple. And the only way you can learn how to read candles is to just look at the charts at the same time every day and just focus on one pair. Because all these candles on GJ, they move differently than the candles on gold. And they move differently than the candles on USD JPY, and they move differently than the candles on US30. You know, so when new traders, they try to experiment with 10, 11 pairs or 4 or 5 pairs, even I know my friends, you know, who sometimes, I don't want to name anyone, but man, they focus on 3, 4 pairs at the same time, and they're not profitable. You know, they keep on doing the FTMO thing, and they look at 4 pairs, and they're not profitable at all. Why? Because they haven't dedicated their time on just one pair and looking at those candles, how they move. You know, and so there's no strategy. It's just the understanding what candles mean when they form. That's it. You know, you look left for how much room candles have to go, and yeah, what makes the candle move and what determines market direction? Liquidity. Yeah, that's true. Liquidity and volume. Wow. You know what happened yesterday? Let me show it to you guys. This just gets me so angry. Like, why? This is why you guys want to know why regulations are being imposed in the Forex industry, why all these new regulations are coming in, where now you can trade with like less leverage, right? At the same time, not even with less leverage, now, you know, in some countries you can only trade certain pairs, right? You can't use a lot of leverage, you can't do certain things which you can on offshore brokerage. And the only reason why these regulations are coming in, because there are certain entities that are really polluting this industry. Like, you know, they're making the whole name bad. So this is what happened yesterday. So let me run this by my friends over here. So if I go to my story over here, oh, okay, let's go back over here. So, okay, so this person, he did the FTMO challenge, right? He did the FTMO challenge. You can see on the next page. Look at the loss. His daily loss is 5,000. 5,000 is what he can lose to end the challenge, but he lost 4,700. He won for 15 days. His max loss was never achieved as well. His profit was 27,000. You know, and then FTMO said, okay, like, you know what, there were some issues, we can't pay you. So instead of paying you, what we will do is we'll give you another demo challenge account to compensate for the 27,000 we owe you, or we can refund you the fee, you know. So, and then, you know, I was like, okay, whatever I wrote, that is that, right?
That is so sketchy, man.
Yeah, these are profits from September. Okay, so anyway, let's go back. So then it's funny because FTMO, they always respond when I post something. And look what they responded with. Look at the stories over here. Look what they responded. FTMO does not support manipulation, fraud with metrics, logs, data, account management services, trading by illegitimate means, repeat violations, maximum bypass. See, now this guy, he traded, like, he sent me the way he sent me his trades. They were legitimate trades. There was no high frequency trading. If you violate the speed limit, this and this. I mean, come on, man. I mean,
So sketchy, man.
yeah, the company owes him money, you know, and for them not to pay them out, they're coming up with these things that, oh, like, you know, like I know they pay people out, you know, like some people are gonna come in my DMs now saying, oh, FTMO this, that. I know they pay them out, but the way their whole business is set up, it's just, I don't know, man, it's just super sketchy. Like you spend 2 weeks, 3 weeks with discipline, running up an account, you get to that point, and now you're like, okay, you know what? I finally did this FTMO challenge. I had options I could go to. I could go to 5 Pretenders, whatever the name is. I could go to Funding Talent. I can go to this and that, but I went with FTMO because I trust them. I respect them. You go to FTMO, you pay them the money, you run their account up. When it's time to pay out, what do they say? No, sir, sorry, we can't pay you out. So just imagine the amount of disappointment that you chose them from a whole list of other companies to give business to. At the end of the day, they say, hey, we don't like the way you trade. Have fun. You know, so I don't know. That's just, I mean, if that happened to me, I'd be extremely disappointed. Like, man, I trusted you guys.
Yeah, I think I would be having a trip into their office.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, to be honest, this was also brought up before, and I invited them. I invited them on the live streams. I was like, hey, like, you know what? You want to come on the live streams? We can talk about, you know, funding accounts and this and that. How you guys are different. How you guys can provide value to people, and can you really talk about certain things around these funding companies? And you know what they said? They said, no, we can't do that. Sorry. And then I contacted Funding Talent. I'm like, hey, can you guys, like, you know, like, we'd like to have you on the streams to discuss how the business works and how this and that. And like, you know, they came on, they answered some pretty hard questions too. Like, you know, they came on, they answered questions, like they got grilled, you know, they answered questions, and they were all legit answers. You know, they were very
transparent.
Very transparent, very open about their business. And to me, I was like, man, wow. This is awesome. Like, if you're running a business and you have an opportunity to display your business in front of 4,000 people live listening to you in the hopes of you getting business from them, a good businessman will say, you know what? Let me jump on that. Let me get on that train. I want to do that. You know, and this is why I have their affiliate link in my description, because, man, I like good, open, honest business people.
Yep. And to be honest, they have a pretty good customer service, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you know what? And because of these shady practices, all these regulations come in. Like, you know, like shady brokers open left, right. And this is why the brokerage industry is getting so much saturated. You know, it's getting saturated. People trust less brokers now because of all this, like, shady things happening. We'll wait for a possible pullback. See, now this is where GJ gets dangerous over here, because this is the start of the new 4-hour candle, and we don't know whether the next 4-hour candle is gonna retrace higher than the 1-hour highs, or what's going to do. It becomes very difficult here at this point. Okay, so oh wow, gold is still making a turn over here. Hey, I'm here in Vancouver, BC. One thing I wanted to ask, if this is the training and prep talk you give here for free. Why should one join the paid service? I think what you need to do is you need to spend maybe 2 or 3 more months here in the gulag here, and then see. Because the thing is, I'll never gonna promote my teaching services or whatever here in the gulag. And even in the live streams, people ask me all the time, how can we join? I tell them, hey, if you can find it, you can find it. If you can't find it, you can't find it. There are people who message me in my inbox, they ask me why should they join. I'm like, it's not about why should you join, it's about when you, I don't know, man, it's just like when you truly believe in something, there's no questions asked. Your gold trade was based on what? My gold trade was based on TED and Kervin, and then the market structure over here. It was right over here, but mostly it was based on TED and Kervin.
It's an easy sell.
Yeah, when we were looking at it, Ted was about to press the button. He wanted everyone to get on the train. He saw everyone on the train. All right, chugga chugga choo choo, boom.
Yeah.
Started moving.
That is correct.
That's the thing. When Ted, okay, there you go. When Ted says something, pay attention, man. He moves the market. He's giving you the chance to hop on the bus.
Yeah, it was an interesting position. I think people have to get used to looking left and just looking at the most obvious targets and understand that there's machines running the market, and those machines are programmed to move to certain points, and you can see those points. I mean, 1879, if you look on the higher time frames, it filled the body of candles on gold. So if you look across on the daily on 1879, there was a lot of movement there.
Yeah, man. If we look at this weekly here, this is the same structure we've seen on GJ lately too.
I mean, what I was looking at gold, to be honest, is that if you zoom out a little bit on the 4 hour, if you look left, you're gonna find, okay, there you go. Okay, you're gonna find that beautiful candle coming in this area right here. This candle basically from 19,000 to 1900. This is a beautiful candle, man. If you mirror that candle from the 1900s, it's a beautiful move somewhere here. It's a beautiful move. So basically, that's the move that you wanna get on gold. You know, it's not gonna happen every day. So when it's about to happen, just hop on and trust your analysis. But what's a beautiful move.
Yeah, I mean, when you get to the higher time frames, you start to realize that the market has to go back. Like, this is the reason why, like, when you look at this current situation right here, this area here, you have to look, once we start passing through, say, this area here, this would be your first area where you would probably fill. And then once we get down into this area here, you know that we're going to reach this. It's just obvious at that point. It's just you have to be aware of that so that you don't get caught on the smaller time frames, getting caught in the pullback back up. But once you see this kind of structure, you know that we're going to finish off in this area. It's obvious. If you don't know that as a trader, you need to go back and study the charts more, and you'll start to see this would have been the first obvious sign of information, getting through this area here, and then basically getting down to this area over here because of how hard the momentum is and understanding the characteristics of gold.
Penny stock picks. Penny stock picks. Hey.
Penny stock people are waking up now. So anyway, I'm gonna head off over here.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna head off over here.
Thank you so much, Raja.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Ted,
Kervin.
Sasha, everybody. Gracias a todos.
Hey, everybody.
Awesome. Take care. Just remember there are CAD interest rates coming up soon, later on at 10 a.m. So anyone looking at CAD pairs, man, oh man, oh man. Crazy stuff happening here.
GCAD's gonna be flying.
Yeah, GCAD. Yeah, crazy stuff's gonna happen over here.
Worst
There could
thing you
be.
can- Go ahead.
Yeah, let's take a look over here. So this has been flying over here. So let's remove all the analysis. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is coming up over here from a support area. And if it's coming up, we got to see where the next resistance is. So it's right over here. So if we measure that range, that is around 100 pips away. Okay. Now let's take a look at the daily. Looking at the daily, daily is approaching a consolidation, which kind of like consolidated in the first week of this month. We're coming up to this resistance over here. Now, when we go down to the 4-hour time frame, there was a support previously right over here. And currently looking at price right now, we have, well, they're basically clean candles over here as price is coming up. Looking left over here, we have some rejections on the small time frame. So let's take a look on the 1-hour time frame. Let's look to the left hand side. And what we see on the 1-hour is that there's a resistance rejection right here. And then there's another one, 20 pips away right over here. There we go. And there was some sort of, let's remove this bottom zone over here. And let's see. What's happening? What's happening here? Why can't it select this? Yeah, right over here. All right, cool. USD CAD. So, okay, so we're getting a rejection off of this resistance. Yeah, this is going to be pretty tricky. So, basically, the previous interest rates, what I've seen on CAD, where they've kept the rates the same, is that price would move down because they've kept the rates the same. When they're keeping the rates the same, that means it's good news, right? It's really good news because they kept the rates the same, nothing changed. So, USD CAD gets stronger on good news. So I've seen an initial reaction coming down, and then that candle being corrected the whole way because, you know, when the news gets absorbed into the market, they look at that and say, okay, well, it's the same news as expected, so nothing basically changed. You know, a big changes are going to come in after the US elections when they do something about the interest rates. Then Canada's going to follow the rates, but I'm pretty sure they will be unchanged at this point. So yeah, let's see what happens then at 10 a.m. Wow, gold is showing no mercy for whoever's trying to buy gold. Still bearish.
Algos must be suffering right now.
Yeah, man, can you imagine? Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, I'm gonna head off. Take care, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Be safe on the CAD news. Don't, man. Seriously, if you want to trade in the New York session, you shouldn't even be looking at the charts after this.
No.
How to join the paid service? There is no such thing as paid service. Come on, man. Gulag. All right. Take care. Bye bye.
Have a good day, man.
Shukriya.
Bonne journée.
Inshallah.